The Adelaide News, or as those in the building behind me here on North Terrace who produce it like to call it, the dinosaur. The News is the last remaining dinosaur. It's the last major daily newspaper in Australia to computerise. When the technology finally reaches these stores sometime next year, it will bring an end to a formulative and charismatic chapter of newspaper history.
Make sure we've kept one elephant and roll lead.
Let's just tell them they're doing a good job.
John, you're one of the few people in this place who won't be affected very much by the technology. Is that?
No, not really. Only the fact that working in the editorial department, there's a few things that I do apart from the cartoons that will have to revamp. Artwork is concerned, just a slightly different direction that we'll have to take in doing artwork. I don't think it will affect the cartoons terribly much because it's only black and white artwork and it's only photographed and processed. As the computers are concerned, it won't affect me too much unless they invent a computer that's got a sense of humour.
And that sense of humour, you're obviously a good judge of character. How will the character of the news change with the coming of technology?
A bit hard to say. I don't think so. I think it's the news is basically people, and the people won't change, and I don't think that will make a difference. They may become vastly more, what do I say, they'll probably become busier, because it seems that what happens when you change over to computers, everyone seems to have to speed themselves up, and the change is quite dramatic. Well, that's how it appears anyway.
Are you looking forward to the change, or are many people here looking forward to the change?
Well, I was rather pleased that I came into the news at a time when it was still the way it was. And I'm very lucky to be here on the change rather than coming after the change or missing the old way of doing things. I think it's an art lost. The art of hot metal is an art, and it will be. I consider myself very lucky to see the last of the old and the beginning of the new. It's in time, without doubt. You know.
Put in yesterday, or came in late yesterday from Tom Menzies from Penang, which will now be superseded because he's got a follow-up which he'll be putting through in half an hour, which says the two bloody lawyers have put in written submissions to this judge who was deliberating yesterday. Sort of 11th hour bid to try and save it. His feeling, and the feeling up there, is that they will both go down to Gurgler. I don't know about the hanging, of course, but now he's saying that the bloke, he gives his judgment at 10 AM their time, which is 11:30 our time. He reckons if we ring him at about 20 minutes to half an hour later, which is about midday out, he should be able to have it. Now, he's arranging for some bloke to read the verdict to us and get a copy. He's getting a copy through this Carpal Singh who's appearing for Barlow. Get a copy of the judgment, and he'll get some bloke to read that to us because he doesn't want to leave the court that he colour-sided it. So he'll look after that. He's got pictures in mind. He's tried to streamline it as much as he possibly can so that we can get it as quickly as possible. So that's where that one stays. We know the numbers. He's everything.
It's going to be 11:30. Well,
but it'll be 11:30 when he starts to read his judgment. If this bloody judge is on time, because he wanders in whenever he feels like it. But the timing is 10 o'clock.
Well, it's going to be a little bit stupid of us to run anything in the first edition, isn't it?
Well, we can run about the 11th hour bid and everything, and say that being sentenced later today, you get away with the first edition.
It's going to be on radio before people have read the paper. It'll be on radio.
You're on the one still looks like, aren't you?
Okay, there's some good ones on Rock Hudson too.
Well, I wouldn't, because of the way this judge has been acting in the past, and the time he gets with the court, I reckon it'd be fatal to take any, to delay that one-star edition. You end up with egg on your face. You best look at a good long, strong fudge. So anyway, we've got that one as far as we can take it. So we're in the lap of the gods there. I mean, he's done everything he possibly can to get it through for us. Other good story that we got onto yesterday was these feral pigs down on Kangaroo Island. And it's not a bullshit story. They declared a park down there, declared this area down the bottom end of Kangaroo Island a national park in 1983, which prevented shooting in the area. Now, as a result, these feral pigs have built up dramatically in population. They're roaming in buddy packs of 20. They are killing and eating lambs and ewes. One bloke's lost between 20 and 30% of his flock. We are down there saying that unsuspecting people like bushwalkers and people like that, if they happen to get people into these pigs into a situation where they corner them, the boars particularly could be lethal to human beings. Not a bad story. The Maracoyote murder.
But the main will be the CPI.
See it, this is the one.
That was Rock Hudson.
CPI.
I see down there you've got the government and the ACTU to come to some agreement.
Yates filing that. I've spoken to Yates and he says that it's essentially based on the Australian story by Paul Kelly.
Is that right? Because everybody else is saying the opposite.
Well, he's saying that he's made some calls this morning and he can stand it up. That's the story he's filing anyway.
Well, then you got this lead item on 5DN which says the Australian Metal Workers Union will pull out of the price and income accord if the federal government supports wage discount. So we'll get Brian to chase that, Brian Price.
I think there's a story on the Age in that too.
But the Age CPI story is a good one. They've got all the bloody graphs and bloody...
Well, that's going to be the editorial too.
You're the guy. The other thing is Yates in Canberra's got a story that the dole is to be frozen for 18 to 20-year-olds, but there'll be an increase for kids below 18. The Morosi court case starts today. That's the commune. There's a possible story on the Peacock Howard leadership. Possible. Later on the day, so it'll tie in with the Penang business. There's a bit there in the Australian buried away about how many Australians are in foreign prison charges. We're going to try and get him to break that down state by state. So we're having
there was a story in the Telegraph yesterday. There's also in the death notice a bloke called Bob Lang, former town clerk of almost well known in local government.
What did he die?
Yeah. Listen, on Penang, the way to get around that for the first time to hold us up is we'll forget about Menzies. Go out quickly, Tony and Jeff, and do a street quiz.
Right.
We'll think it's right that the death penalty should be invoked for drug charges.
Who are you put on that? Hopton.
Right.
You go grab him.
Okay. I'll get him underway.
Yeah, straight away.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
While most of the world's newspaper journalists grapple with the intricacies and complexities of the silicon chip, journalists here at the Adelaide News pound away on old typewriters. And old is no exaggeration. This baby here, for instance, is older than the newspaper itself.
We're getting important moments,